Hello guys! Hello! I'm just gonna check so you can hear me alright. And the captions are all on. Hi! Boy, is this beautiful. All the crowd, the whole family. Hi. Let me just hide that for me. Hi! Hello! Hello Luna, hello Paga. How are you guys doing? And Boed Lowe's here and the witch Guysack. Hello! Hooray! So guys, before we start, I need to check on our queue a little bit because there's been some maintenance behind the scenes. So we are not 100% sure that the names will show up. So I just need to check a little something before we start. Hello, Zach. Okay, I call you Zach. Beautiful name. How are you, my friend? You have a very beautiful energy. You have a very well-versed energy, if that makes any sense. Boed, thank you so much for resubbing, by the way. Absolutely beautiful. Bubbles to all. It is so hot today. So I apologize for the state of my face, but it is, I'm not quite sure I'm still in Sweden. I've not been outdoors today because I opened the door and it was like stepping into a sauna. It is more cool indoors, even though we have nothing to help us chill the house down, so to speak. We have nothing, and even then it's still colder indoors than it's outdoors, which makes sense, but it's not something that we're particularly used to. You had to clean your place and your dad and you're seeing the thing tonight. Wow, hope you have a lovely time, my friend. I'm just gonna check with the queuing system. First I can ask you, do you hear me and the music okay? And then I'm gonna check with the queuing system. I'm doing this live, so hang on. See if I can... Can you hear me, Bumpers? Are you here, love? Hello, Paga. Are you here, Bumpers? I can't actually find the directive in here. Could you maybe take over and have a look if I let you do so? Because I can't find a directory in where I am. Would that be okay? Thank you, Luna, for letting me know. So maybe doing your tradition, redeeming the figurine. I saw actually, Paga, I missed, you wanted a Swedish message last stream. So how about we start with that, eh? And Bumpers, if you are here, could you connect to my computer and see if you can find the directory? Because I can't quite remember where I found it. And I can, because I don't need to see the screen for this, and we can start with your little message, Paga, and then I have something to tell you all, and so maybe we can do that. Okay, but could you do that, or should we wait maybe? Let me see actually if the queue works first. I'm so sorry, you see, behind the scenes again, guys. We realized this just when we were about to start. No, it doesn't, the directory doesn't work. Okay, thank you. John Daltons, hello, how are you, my friend? If you want a reading, you can put exclamation point joy, as in joyous. My fiance is working with our queuing system as we speak because we had some maintenance, so it is not, doesn't really want to play ball with us today, but he's working on it as we speak. So you can put exclamation point joy and you'll be put in queue, my friend. can see if I can actually see the queue, however. And I think I can. Yes, I can see the queue, so we can do it, but your name might not pop up on screen. That is the only thing, but I can see the queue. So it works. When it states that you're an adult, now that I realized the new SpongeBob movie came out today, am I highly excited? I didn't know actually the new SpongeBob movie. I love it. I want to see it too. How you turn off the text on screen? Where it says CC, you can simply click that button where it says CC, and it will disable the caption. So if you move your mouse over to the right hand side of the screen, or it should pop up if you are on mobile as well, and then it says CC, and you can click that and it will remove it. Yeah, good. Okay, so Paga, you from last stream, you wanted an inspirational expression in Swedish. So why don't we start there? Should we invite the beam today? It's so hot, I'm not sure I would be able to handle it. Because the beam is indeed a living candle, so it will provide a lot of extra heat. So maybe would it be okay if we did without it today, or do you really want it? Because we can have it for a little while. You missed the first one as a kid, second as a teenager. You're not missing the third one. It's good. I don't think I've seen the movies actually, but I really like your energy, my friend. And you come in with such a positive vibe. It's beautiful meeting you. Okay, so an inspirational quote in Swedish, and then you wanted your figurine pool. How about we do it the other way around? We start with a figurine pool and then we end that little message with an inspirational quote in Swedish. Would that be okay, Paga? Because we have a little beautiful... Oh, you know what I realized? We've not woken this candle up today. Good morning. We have a little duck that wants to work with us today. It's a beautiful one, don't you think? This is a figurine that wants to work with us today, Paga. If something starts to happen now, it's because my fiance is controlling my computer. So if we switch screen or scene, or if something pops up, I apologize in advance. But we are making some maintenance behind the scene. But this is the little one today. And it's very much the same as before in that following a group. You know how you can see them following their way down the stream, and you can see them in pairs usually, and they have their young ones with them. This one is a lone one, but just because they're alone now doesn't mean that they don't have the family behind them. Also, something very beautiful is in their feathers. You see, there's always something hiding in the feathers. And she might see it herself when she cleans her feathers. But other than that, it can be quite easy to forget about your own qualities when you don't see them. So when we continue down our stream, it's easy to sometimes forget that we're might not be alone just because we're alone now. And it's sometimes difficult to remember what we hide in our feathers. So the message today is about how it's quite an interesting little one, because when we move down the stream, even though we can't quite remember our own feathers, we are traveling across water, which is reflection in itself. So we could see ourselves, but because we could see ourselves both by turning our neck around and look at our feathers, or by looking down and seeing our reflection, but we need some distance in order to do that. So it really is a little story today for you. It's the same as always, but in a new shape, so that maybe it's easier to find for you. It's a beautiful little story that comes through. So it's simply about remembering the beauty you carry without maybe remembering it yourself. You remember last stream we spoke about how it's so important to go back to who you are doing this for. This is a reminder of the beauty in your own feathers. They're still there, even if it was a little while ago you saw them or even thought about them. And you're also not alone. I think it's quite beautiful. I was hearing to hear that inspirational quote in Swedish, and there is a sentence coming through that I just wanted to see if there was anything else within it, but I think this is for interpretation. You know, you've been starting to do that a lot yourself, starting to think. And so the quote that is coming through today, I will just say it as it comes through. And it is: Vattnet kan vara kallt för den som inte ser. Vattnet kan vara kallt för den som inte ser. Which means the water may be cold for who cannot see. The water may be cold for whom who cannot see. And I think this is about being lonely in a pack of people, and forgetting your own reflection that you're so close to all the time. The beauty that you carry. It's really that simple today. It's that metaphorical, and it's that general, because we've been doing so much work and had so many readings done. Also about the books, it comes through. Dare read books, because you started doing that, and it's good to continue doing so, and not just you've had your time where you have taken anything in from video and the internet, and now I feel actual books is a really good way to move on forward, because it would make sense to you also how to combine writing in your understanding and letting your brain breathe at the same time handing it a challenge. That's what comes through today. Soul Squad, hello. How are you doing? Tara, hello. You usually read ebooks? Yeah. So they're talking about actually purchasing or find some place that can lend you books, libraries, to actually hold the books, because you need less time in front of a monitor. And you know this yourself. And I think actually feeling the books that you hold and the stories that they hold. To feel them physically and to touch the material can really help that brain of yours make sense, to focus and to calm. So it's also this, the water may be called for the one whom cannot see, because we're focusing on just one direction and we're not looking around us. So maybe we'll end up in a part of the water that is colder because it's been in the shadow, and all around us there is this beautiful sunshine warming the surface if we just were to swim some feet away in one direction. But because we're so focused, we cannot see that. And because of it, we also cannot see the ones being with us. So physical books, I think, would be actually a good way forward. But it says don't really retain what you read on a computer, or school books are your main resource. But I think it would be, you can get them from free. You can read material. There are still libraries out there, and I just feel this will be a challenge that they want to hand to you, a way of getting some perspective of what you're doing, because your brain is so used to the one type of stimuli which comes from the monitor, always active in every type of movement, in this color scheme, in this frequency. It just comes the same way, and the brain is so used to it that it always needs that high level of frequency. And so to calm yourself down, to still take part in reading, but doing so with actual books, without that stimuli, and stimulating instead your own imagination to see the pictures that is given by the words, or that are given by the words, would maybe be a good challenge for you, you could see. You doubt that the one library here who knows? Well, that is also one thing. You think that you know what resource you need, when in reality, if you open up to maybe have the resource come to you instead, you'd be surprised. What you're interested in, people have studied for many years, not just in the research that you're taking part of. And so the more perspective, the better. It's what comes through. Yeah. Oh yes, alternative health, people have studied for a long time. Paga. A long time, but you see the perspectives from what they have started to do recently. So to go back and to see how did it actually think about this before, because it's been done a long time. People have been studying this for ages, but you're looking very focused in one direction, seeing what is in front of you but not what is on your sides, where it might be a bit warmer in the water, a bit more comfortable to be swimming in, but you're not aware that that exists because you simply are looking for the one and only direction. And to take part in what people thought surrounding alternative health and diet and nutrition before can give you inspiration to both see the difference from what happened then and what is now, how people thought back then and what came through then and what is now. And that could be really exciting, very interesting. You can also pick up on things that maybe were left behind for reasons that they thought were the better then, but maybe there is some inspiration we can gain of it because it has been part of it before in some way and form. We just wanted to open your mind a little bit and to help challenge that brain at the same time helping it calm. It's just a suggestion coming through. That's what comes through today, my friend. But I love to continue this discussion. I just have to say, I saw source code. You were talking to us. You so-and-so, you got a cold of some kind. I'm sorry to hear that, my friend. I hope we can bring you some joy. And I also want to hear about this dream you had. Tell us about the dream. Yeah. You're just so used to having to go online in order to find alternative ways about the subjects you're interested in. Yeah, so this would be the alternative way to find alternative research on alternative medicine. To widen our perspective, to be able to see our reflection in the water, it would really help to get some distance from where we are right here, right now. And by taking a distance, by walking the same way I'm saying, when we're so close to the wall, it's very difficult to see the building. And it's the same with this. And how do we do that without leaving ourselves? Taking inspiration from others. And in order to do that, we have to first be feeling comfortable in ourselves. So this would be a challenge, but I think it makes sense to me to open up to new alternative ways, to gain inspiration from. Feels like old school learning where people had to go to libraries in order to learn. But do you understand how much knowledge that is there that you can take part of, even though it's been proven that we can move in different ways, different directions? To know the history could really be interesting, I feel. And you don't have to do this for long, but it could be a way to open up that openness of you. In order to change something, we need to know the subject. In order to change a subject, we need to know the subject. So to take part in its history, we shouldn't be afraid of. And it wouldn't be wasting our time, I don't think. But it's how you feel. It's how you feel. So the one sentence encouragement was the Swedish one today. Okay. Let's see, how did it go for you, Bempis? Shall we try and see if it works? Ah, it works! Well done. Well done. So, I think there are some people who are pending from before, and so the one today, oh dear, here's a lot of, oh, okay. So most probably, oh, Fabian, hi, hello, my friend, long time no see. How has everything been going for you? I'm so excited to hear. So most problems can make some nice progress in medical treatment and finish your product thesis. Ah, congratulations. You're waiting for your supervisor to plan your master thesis. Yeah. It was a long dream, but I don't remember the first parts. We were in some kind of restaurant with lots of different sections, but they were just closing and we having leftover lasagna. Oh, you know lasagna is my favorite dish, right? The chef improvised and handed a eatable block a pair of candles so we could heat the food ourselves. I like this. So I found myself sitting outside my childhood home in the middle of the night with 2 candles, this heating block, and 2 small pieces of lasagna, slowly heating it up. You can search online if the library has the sort of books you're looking for. You're still here, just multitasking. That's okay, Zach. It's beautiful having you here. It's nice seeing you too, Fabian. So, because due to the maintenance, what I can see is that you are the first in queue, Zach. So let me just get the queue up to date. So you are the first, Zach. If you have the time, you can let me know when you feel comfortable enough to move into a transference today. Thank you, Pagan. Did it make any sense? Well, something new coming through, Okay. What would you like today, Zach? Would you like a reading or a healing? Would you like it to be general or focused? How do you feel? Or particular, if it's a reading. How do you feel, my friend? What would you like? This is my absolute favorite cup. It was given to me by my best friend many, many years ago. Okay. Would you like a focused or a general healing? And will you start preparing so you will hear some water flowing? It was very mysterious, but it made some sense with the library. Yeah. All in all, we want to challenge your brain in a new way, in a healthy way, where it can also be calm. So we want to challenge your ability to think and to think outside of the box, which you are very, very used to, but in a calm environment where you don't necessarily give the brain all that stimulation that comes from the monitor, from the screen. It's just a new thing to try to see if it can help you in calming down. In general, absolutely. Sarah left and later on the food was somewhat warm. I didn't know where you'd gone. Bumpus was not in the dream until a little later, so I was alone and made a marker in the grass that I left searching for Sarah. I found Sarah decorating the bathroom through the window, so I went inside and found Bumpus lying in the bed greeting me. Bumpus didn't want food, so me and Sarah went to go eat at the other end of the house. There were snakes everywhere and Sarah went to pet one. Could be the first time I had a message about studying and learning about something, and it would eventually lead me to somewhere unexpected. A snake bit me and wrapped around me. It was on the terrace just near the heated lasagna. Strange dream, but it felt nice seeing you guys again. I love this. Let's talk about this after this healing, because this dream is really interesting. If you had the time to stick around, I would love to talk a little bit about it. But now, Zach, you're healing. It works. I'm so happy. A general healing. Zach, I feel you have a very overactive third eye. So I would actually want to start there in calming it down. A little bit the same way we spoke to Paga, but this is in a spiritual way. It's not negative in any sense, but what you do and the information you work with, I feel you could really still do, but in a calmer mind space. More confidence in what you do, because you have a tendency of overdoing it. So you believe in yourself and what you can do, but you have the tendency of wanting to show that and force it a little bit even further. I speak a lot about this when, I know you didn't want a reading, and I just want to share this. When we are writing on a piece of paper and our pen gives up, the first thing we usually do, is to push harder against the paper. When in reality, maybe we could just pick up another pen. This is usually how depression works, but I am using this in a way of understanding what you're doing. When you believe in something so much, you have the tendency of pushing it and forcing it from yourself, in a way, if that makes any sense to you. And so you're pushing the pen harder because you are so focused that you miss ink dripping out, so you think that there is no ink and I need to push and push and push. So what I want to do, because you have people truly what you do, you're amazing at what you do, and you're there for many, and you are appreciated. So what I want to do today is bring in, we will see what happens during the healing, but I wish to bring in, starting from your third eye, I want to bring in that appreciation that people have around you, so that you really can feel it for yourself, because you're questioning yourself the same way everyone does, and so you're forcing yourself a little bit, faking it till you're making it, although you are certain you can do it, if this makes any sense. Hello, Blip. So let's do that. See which one wants to work with us today. Is this one? Wants to work? So let's bring this beautiful, that did a lot actually in you, because you don't wanna be, you know you can do it, but there is often, we can't be 100%, but the people around you trust you to be 100%, and so you force not only yourself but also your ability. So let's start by your third eye, and let's calm yourself down in appreciation for yourself. Okay? So I'm gonna open up to your frequency. There you are, Zach. And I'm coming to you. Let me do the work, okay? Hello. Now I'm very gently gonna help wrap this beautiful energetic wave around you. Hello, David. Good. And now I'm simply gonna come to your third eye. And I'm just gonna appreciate it. You have a cluster, this tension you have in your head. I don't think you experience headaches, but there is definitely a tension here from you forcing so much. You have a cluster that is situated here, that is directly linked. I think you can feel this in your shoulder sometimes. So what I want to do is that I want to help, and if you don't resonate, it's okay. This works in different ways, and as you know, you connect to different bodies of yours at different times. So you're so focused because you are working so hard on trying to work 100% all the time. You focus on one area, on one body, on one astral body, on one frequency, of one chakra, so that you can know that, okay, I do this, all the right that it deserves. So if you don't resonate with this, it could be that I see something else, or it could be that you're focusing on another part of you. But what I want to do is simply, now, here we are. Okay, you opened up. Beautiful. Now I'm gonna come in with a small little bubble, and I'm gonna have that meet with energy of your own, so that this is not to scare you, because I know you want to keep a little bit, when it comes to energy, you want to keep a little bit to yourself, because you're not too confident in that you actually know. I resonate with this, that's why I'm saying it so openly. I'm going through this myself, my friend. So there, it's combined, and now I'm gonna let child and you meet it and greet it. We will treat this almost like a cluster. We will then have it enter your third eye to simply bring calm. Very slowly. There you are. This cluster is directly connected to your mother. So now that cluster wants to come out. So let's bring it out. And let the emotions, let's see if this works today. It does. Thank you so much, my love, for fixing this. So let the cluster, we'll let it come out a little bit. The confusion you feel now, everything that you feel, let it be just what it is. It doesn't have to make sense. And since you have the tendency of focusing on specific eras, as we said, it makes sense that it wouldn't make too much sense also. Just trust. There. Here it is. It's about being afraid to disappoint. Wanting to keep right for your parents. They're talking about your father and smoking. But I'm not doing a reading, so it could mean anything. I'm just saying what I see. We're gonna meet this cluster. See if he wants to come off. No, he wants to stick. That's okay. So what we do is that we show it appreciation. All the hidden tears. It's okay to not be too emotional. We can cry in our own way, my friend. Bring a little bubble to it. And we show it to your inner child in peace. Gonna let it come back in to at its pace, its own pace. Let it become a part of your natural flow rather than the blockage. So I'm gonna very slowly put this back where we found it. Good. It's okay. I'm gonna add to it because it's fighting. Gonna add to it beautiful healing powder to help open that meridian up, that energetic channel. And then we're gonna open this up. There. Good. Okay, now it moves down the body as well. Good. I saw the movement I did. You can laugh, it's okay. And then upwards as well, opening up. There. Good, stretch your head. Okay, that's good. Right now we're working very intensely from your third eye down to here and then down your body. But up in your upper body, it goes very much in this line. If you can feel it. So I will simply stay and provide intensive healing right here. Just helping that clear out the energetic threads. I resonate a lot with you, Zach. Almost being afraid to meditate because we are terrified of not being the perfect person. That we want to figure out who we are before we can open up. And at the same time, to other people, we're completely open. And so we fake it till we make it. Still knowing that we can do it. Now it's spreading to your back. Good. Very good. Now what I feel that you need, Zach, and I know you've seen a lot of readings, but what I feel you really need is to talk. From where I am, I would suggest to you to find someone to talk to with your own voice, not letting other people speak for you or changing direction into somebody else's energy, but to really talk about you. I know it's terrifying because you're so afraid of being wrong. Just going over your shoulders now. You have this golden threads that we associate to Archangel Michael, and you have them going through you with warmth. And right now, so you are very grounded. You know this yourself, you're very grounded. But you're afraid of having those roots come to your soul. You want to be the perfect channel, you want to be the, not channel, but you want to be right. And you're terrified of, and I've seen this so many times, there's many in chat that would resonate what I say now, because I've said it to them before, about smudging the energy up. You are very well connected with Archangel Michael, and you have these beautiful golden threads going through you. And they also come from above, because often they do, and they travel down you. And on top of that, you still force your third eye. What we want you to do is to sit back. I know I talk too much. But to sit back and just be. I'm on your back now, by your shoulder blades. It's just intentional healing today. Usually I work with mending energy threads that's been cut, and I pull and I mend and I stitch. You have this beautiful woken meridian system inside of you in the energy of Archangel Michael. And so what I want to do is simply let you see this. And in the same time as we work with this, we're letting that beautiful reflection reflect back on you, what people actually see in you, and why they see potential, Zach, and not you're amazing now. Why you always feel you have to fight to be more than having potential is because that is how you see yourself, and because you force. And because you force it, that also shines outwards. So it's all about believing you don't have to fight to be you. I am by the end of your back now, on your right hand side, and here I do actually want to come in and stitch a little, because you have right on the big muscle, you have an energetic thread next to your spine on your right hand side, pretty low down, almost by your butt cheek. Some way above there, underneath your tailbone and on your right hand side. I want to stitch a little bit in this, if that's okay, Zach. Can you feel us working, Zach? Or are you focused in a different body right now? pull this. And I'm gonna bring a little contractor. No, what was it we called them? To build a bridge between them. And the other one. Good. There. Now we're gonna have these two slowly, slowly, slowly come together. Good. It was almost a little jump. Really good. Now it's out of camera shot. I apologize. Always is. But I'm simply stitching the energetic thread together. And here we have a small bleeding, so it means that you resonate. And we put a little plaster on it to heal the stitches. And because really good, you're working with yourself at the same time. Your own healing orbs came live. Beautiful. Because that is my energy, I take a little feather of yours so that it's just there. Wow, you have powerful, powerful healing orbs. Beautiful, my friend. Beautiful. Now I feel a different energy. Really good. Good. I'm just gonna stay here by underneath your tailbone on your right hand side. I'm just gonna stay here for a little while. It's not on your side, it's on your back still. So what I would suggest, am I healing their butt? We are above the butt cheek. We're just above the butt cheek, underneath the tailbone, above the butt cheek, and on the big muscle we have there on the right hand side. That's where we are. Butts need love and healing too. Yeah, they do. Good, really good. So what I would suggest is for you to find someone you feel you can trust and talk to them, Zach. Because all this disappointment that you feel you have for yourself, and they're talking about your mother, but I'm not opening up to look in your archives, but they're talking about this grave feeling of that so many can resonate with, of being afraid of being disappointment. And this will stay with you. It will heal over time, but you're actually using that fire to stay focused the way you are, the way you do. So what we need to do is find a way so you can meet this beautiful. Everything is the same, but from different direction, different angles. And so I'm becoming quiet, because if you stick around, Zach, I wanted after this healing, after having spoken a little bit about Soul Squad's dream, I have a new practice, or a new little practice that came through during one of my sessions just yesterday actually with a client, and it came through and I loved it so much that I want to bring it up and I want to talk about it, I want to give you the tool of this exercise, if you may. Actually, and I feel that could really benefit you. And I want to share this with anyone who wants to hear it, because sometimes things come through and I just absolutely love them. And when it comes through in a way of, you don't quite know where this path will lead to. And then when you find the conclusion, it just makes total sense. And it's so, so beautiful. And I would love to share that with you. Yes, Paga, it is. I thought it was so, so beautiful. You feel something in your back? That's good. That's good, Zach. That's really good. So what I'm saying, because this is what I'm gonna do today, I'm gonna put a little bubble into your back to help stabilize. But this is nothing that will get healed by a snap of a finger. Everything takes time. But what I would suggest of you is to actually talk. And I am available as a intuitive therapist or intuitive counselor. But if you can find anyone else that you trust, you're more than welcome to come to me or anyone else. But I truly strongly suggest that, everything that triggers us, that we feel a bit challenged by, it's a beautiful opportunity to learn something about ourselves. And the way I see you forward working with this, because you already work so much with energy, what would challenge you to see from a different perspective would be to talk about it. And if you want to come along and start a process with me, you're more than welcome to. Or if you can find someone else. I just strongly advise you or suggest to you to talk. Okay. I'm gonna bring in a little bubble to your back. And then I'm simply gonna do this first. Good, following up your spine. And then on the other side, I'm just gonna boop, touch your third eye a bit, and then your heart. And I'm gonna come down to your hands as well. And your feet, just tickle them a bit. Just to see the beauty of you. There. And your hands. And your feet. Beautiful. That is what I have for you today. I hope this feels okay, my friend. How are you feeling? Paga, that warms my heart. Thank you. I absolutely adore what I do. So yes, would you like to come to me? I have slots open, so you would be more than welcome. But it is my suggestion to talk to someone and follow your heart to see who that someone might be. It's how you feel. I'm glad to hear. You are so grounded, Zach, but this, you feel you have to force it. I don't want to use this word, but it does disturb your frequency a bit, and I think you felt that, or I know that you felt that, and that's also why you push the pen harder, firmer onto the paper. I need to have a little bit to drink. It's super hot in here. Thank you so much for letting me bring that to you, my friend. And welcome to our little corner, to our little community. If you feel like it, you can always join our Discord server. And on there, it's the easiest way to get in touch with me if you would feel that is what you want to do. But you can also just be there and hang out. The server is often quite quiet, and the reason for this is that the people who come there just want the space to breathe and be. But you are more than welcome to be just who you are. And to talk, if you feel like talking, someone will always answer you. It might take a little bit, or someone jumps in and speaks with you, or just be part of a beautiful community. We would love to have you. Thank you for coming here, Zach. You want a hug? Oh, beautiful. I can link to you. There you have it. It says that it is an adult server, and this is because our practices is very new, and so we're not quite sure what it is that we're doing yet. We're still developing it, or we'll always be developing it, but we're in the clients I have now is the first year that I have clients, so to speak. So it is very new, and that is why it's an adult Discord group. There are no adult themes, so to speak, but we simply wanted, I work with adults simply because I want to be on the safe side, and I want us to have gone further into understanding how it is that we work before inviting also younger people. Yeah. That is why. Source code, you want a hug? You've been without hugs for so long. It's strange how a simple hug can do it for you. It is. Would you like me to come through with a simple, energetic hug, my friend? Because it's interesting to see. I'm not gonna read you, but I can tell that some areas have calmed down, which made you realize that other areas are a bit chaotic. And so it's a confusion in what is calm and what is chaotic. But I would love to come through and give you a hug if you let me. Or maybe just being here, I hope it can bring you some joy and some affection. Hugs are magic, yeah. You can post more on Discord, but I'm not always sure my thoughts are worth sharing. Of course they're worth sharing. Always. Welcome, Zach. Welcome. If you feel you would like to start a process with me, just send me a little message and we'll find a time to plan. Or if you just want to be here and just breathe, you're more than welcome to. Welcome to our community. I'm sure just being here is enough for now. I reckon you would feel that. I'm glad to have you here. We come a long way. And even further to go. I'm sorry I'm so sweaty though. I am not sure we're still in Sweden. Perfect, my friend. Looking forward to it. Luna. So, I wanted to share with you. Do you want to talk about the dream, source code? Or did you just wanted to share it? How do you feel? Because it's quite interesting and it speaks a lot about maybe we just want a what's it called? I used this word earlier today, but I can't remember it now. We just want to come to have a way of ending the chapter, because it feels like what happened between us before, even though it's definitely, we closed that book and it feels okay, parts of it still feels like we're not really come to conclusion, or we're not really come to, what's it called? What do you want? Closure. Thank you, Blip. Closure. Yes. It feels like maybe we need that closure, and I think that in your energy, I think that the both of us, the two of us, both feel a bit bad about what happened. I do, definitely, and what has happened. And for you, I feel, although that emotion is quite far down, I know that you're quite sorry for what went on as well. So I feel maybe this dream is about that, wanting that closure, you know? I completely forgot the words. Yeah, that's what happens sometimes. But closure, yeah. Because I feel closure is something you don't really get much of in any area, really. Things just move from one to the other, and you're not really... Although I know with your energy that you're gonna say that, you know, all is well, and I worked with this and I'm done. I can still sense that subconsciously I do feel this distress of we just wanting closure in some way or form. And I also feel something that we have in common is because of what happened before, it's a little bit difficult to know where we are today. Or maybe that's just me. But it would make sense in the dream, you know, why that came through. That's okay. I understand that you feel that you're at ease, but I think you understand what I'm talking about too, because the way that you mention here as well that you were not in control also speak of regret a little bit. And so I'm just thinking what that dream could mean, because I'm thinking that could be part of it. And now with us keeping our distance and not being there for your family, I know that's something in me, and that could be something that reflects back on you as well. I just think it's beautiful having you here, and I'm at ease as well. It's just some parts that I think we need more time in the same space. So just seeing you here helps close, helps close more and more chapters so that I feel comfortable. I know. There's a reason for everything. Fabian, it's totally normal that you sometimes can't say where you are. It's called Heisenberg's uncertainty principle. Or being a telepath, I can tell you. Before I realized what was going on with the system, it was difficult. But now it's due to the heat. It's just so much hotter than what I'm used to. Yeah. So do you want to speak about the dreams, Escort? Or do you feel I can move on and talk about this principle or this practice? How do you feel? The place of being served a meal was closed, and the power of meal preparation was closed and given to you specifically with you being handed tools you need to prepare the meal. This is the change of having power outside of yourself to create your own life and power. The meal was shared with those you wish to connect to better with your new mindset and tools. I love this. It's almost like give a man a fish and he has a fish for a day, and teach a man how to fish and he will have fish for the rest of his life. It makes me think of that a little bit. But on a deeper level. It's beautiful, Luna. Thank you for sharing that. That's beautiful. Oh, I felt something was coming in, so I just now opened that queue. I love this poet. Okay. Yeah. You'll recognize it. It's definitely this one today. And you'll recognize it from before. Everyone has their own recognition and memories of what happened and what has been. But only you remember your childhood. Because it's yours, it's your experiences. They may remember the period that was you growing up, but your experience, Bohet, no one can take that away from you. And I hate to see that, because I know you're so strong in wanting to keep to your own footing, but I can also see that over the years, and I understand that this happens, people, I resonate with it a lot, is that people have you retract your own memories and change them into following what someone else says. Both are as real, both are as valid. Our experiences does change over time. Our brain reconstruct, it's true, but that truth still affects us the same way as any truth would, because it's the truth in the moment. Feels like there's someone here who isn't asking for something but wants attention, yeah. But I think that you want attention too, Boet, today. Maybe you pull the Ripigorine, Sarah plays the tambourine. Yeah, no, but honestly, I recognize this, and I know that so many people do, how, because of the knowledge of your brain reconstructing your memories, some people seem to think that because you were younger, their memories would be less reconstructed than yours. But they're also reconstructing their memories, and that has nothing to do with what I know about age. So they might remember the period that was you growing up, but it's your childhood, it's your life, and how you experience it is what affects you and your mind and your body. It also affects you, of course, by having to second guess what you feel, and that is simply the message, that it's your childhood, it's your experiences, and they are valid. They're valid. You're valid. And the reason why I get so into this is also because I resonate so well with this. I had relatives wanting to say so many times that my brain had reconstructed what happened and that's not the truth and all of the rest, but they too reconstruct, so we can't say that someone reconstructs more than the other. What our experiences is the truth. What other people's experiences are the truth. So what we need to do is simply listen to all. And what we really can do is to find that home within, so we can find peace and comfort in ourselves, so we can open up to others as inspirations, but not as an instruction manual over your own life. So the message today, Bowheads, your childhood is yours. And you're valid. That's what comes through today. What's important. And you know this, but it was that push that we wanted to give you. That recognition, if you may. You're valid. And you're beautiful. Thank you for being you. And thank you for standing up for yourself within. And that's truly what we want to say today. Thank you. The person who, I agree with what you said, that someone wants something but don't dare say it. And it's okay. You can come forward when you feel you want to. It's okay. I hope that in the meantime we can bring some bubbles, some joy, some seriousness sometimes, but all is underneath the sky. It's a beautiful world we live in. So I have a question, Luna, if you wanted to talk about the dream that Source Code said that he had. Apart, the snake is was rather nice, yeah. It's interesting. Was there anything that you immediately picked up on, Luna? For the snake, I think is a little bit about you maybe being a bit cautious in what we do as well in this community, or as in my profession. How much you support us in being us, and then also how close we come to what you experienced when you were ill. That might be a bit of a collision. Although you're very... everything is okay, but I'm just thinking. Yeah? So what are you thinking, Luna? Because I really want to share that practice afterwards. Because it was absolutely beautiful and I want people to hear about it. Yeah. And that's, I think, is you wanting closure. I think it is. And I think that it's about not knowing where we are today, because you don't really know how to handle what we do and who we are. And you're just trying to be. And that's something that is rather new to you. That's what I think. Manifest is sort of an acceptance and opening rather than a closure. But openings are closures, I think, because when we're open to the next chapter, we close the last one. But we don't close it off, we don't shut it off. We say, I created a relationship to you, I know that you're there. And that's beautiful. That's how I see closures, anyway. Yeah. The bathroom is a place of cleansing, and Sarah was preparing it with love. And then I was bit by a snake. It's interesting. So do you mind, Luna, if you feel you want to type it out, that you type it out whilst I talk about this practice? Would that be okay? Because I'm so excited to share it. I'm sorry. I'm just so thrilled. It was such a beautiful experience. And I think you would agree, Praga, if you're still here, my friend. Yeah. Every truth is a truth. Yeah, I just said that practice that I'm gonna share that you spoke about, it's so beautiful. That's all I said. And I hope it's okay that I share it. Because this is a good one. So is it okay that I start explaining it? Is that okay with you guys? So Luna, let me know if you want to. Pause! I have something to say regarding the stream. Okay, I'm just overly excited. So, snakes can be several things. It would really speak very directly to how Sosko feels about snakes. Yeah. That's okay, Sosko. It's the internet. We have some issues with our internet, but it's okay. So I want to speak about these guys. If you forgive me. These guys. This one lived a dream while the new house owners had so many snakes. It felt as if we were borrowing the house for a while. Ah, maybe the snakes are about what we're not saying in between the words. It's interesting, we can think about it. And maybe we can use this exercise to come to a conclusion as well. I really just want to go at it. Okay, so these exercises, or this little thingy. When I started with this, when we started the session, I had no idea what was going to happen. And then they asked me to pick up sticky notes. And I thought, let's pick up orange. That sounds good. And you will remember this, you will recognize it, because this exercise I've spoken about in a theoretical way. So I've spoken about doing this with words, but today I will show you how we actually did so in a physical way, seeing it laid out in front of us. It was a beautiful experience. So I picked up the orange little sticky notes. And please do continue the conversation in chat. I'm gonna read it afterwards, I promise. I was so excited to share this. And so I told my client, because why we started this exercise was because they told me it's too much. I am overwhelmed. Everything is just too much. And then you ask, well, what is it that is too much? No, it's just too much. It's overwhelming me. And I can't think. Okay? So, pick up small pieces of paper. And for me, that was sticky notes. And I want you to, on each separate note or a small piece of paper, write down what is blocking you, the issue, one at a time. It could be that you're always running late. Okay, running late. Maybe you feel uncomfortable in your own body, and it could be anything. It could really be anything. Yeah, I just dislike my microwave. Okay, then that is some. All of that is bothering you, and you put them down on one piece of paper each, and then you display them in front of you, and then you read them out loud to yourself. And then I ask you, if all these issues were to be resolved, would you live your perfect life? Now there's one thing more that I need, okay? Then put it down. Add it to what is displayed in front of you. Now, would it feel good? One more, okay? Put that down. Now, how do you feel? Yeah, if all were resolved, I would feel good. Okay. Now explain to me, what does that entail? What is that life. What is in it? Emotions, activities. And you take one notepad or one sheet of paper and you list the things that is part of that dream life of yours. You list them on a sheet of paper, and then for each word, when you made your list, you take other pieces of paper and you take each word on that list and you give them one separate piece of paper or sticky note. And for these, I made them green. Or I used green sticky notes. And you write them down. These you collect in a stack, in a pile. So then when you think, oh, also this is part of my dream life, you write that down, both on the sheet of paper in your list and on the sticky notes or the piece of paper in your stack. Now, when you feel I have all my issues that I can think of and all my dream life qualities that I can think of, doesn't have to be all, but when you're satisfied, okay, then comes the fun part. From your stack of paper with your dream life, pull a word. Take one piece of paper, and on it, it says dream career, for example. Okay. Now, what this practice is about is what you've heard me say so many times. Issues and dreams are actually one and the same. When we're frustrated, this comes with depression, but also similar emotions entailed in depression. When we feel we can't reach it, it's not actually telling you you can never do this. What it says is telling you your potential, and the frustration comes from not living up to that potential. Those are two very different situations altogether. It's not about what you can never reach. It's about the potential you have, but don't live up to. So in this practice, we have here dream career. So I take that from my stack and I look at my issues displayed in front of me. I look at them and I see if I could pick one, the first one that stands out to me. What issue is preventing me from living my dream career or from having my dream career? Right here on this piece of paper, it says always running late. It doesn't have to be that clear of, a connection. It could be the microwave here as well, but right now I feel, okay, we'll go with this. I feel me always running late makes it so that I can't have my dream career. What I do then is that I take my green piece, my ideal part of life, and I put it on top of the issue. There. Why? Well, because this is telling you, from what I feel with this, that you always running late and the frustration in that is actually showing you your potential of having your dream career. It's not about you will never have this, because when we can dream of it, we know it. We have to in some way or form. Fictive imagination comes from reality. Otherwise we couldn't think it up. So in reality, we're already partly there. We believe in our potential of having our dream career and being able to do it. And one issue that can help us showing us potential of getting there is the emotions connected to always running late. So therefore, we plunk them together. So, the ideal part of your life goes on top and connects with the issue. Should it be that you have more orange sticky notes, more issues left than green ones? Well, then you look at the orange ones and you say, is there any pile here that these would fit into? And you simply join them together. Well, the microwave here, I really don't like it. But it feels like it could give me the inspiration of what I want to work with, because I actually want to develop new kitchenware. It doesn't have to be, you don't have to have the reason for why. You can just feel this microwave, yeah, it goes under the dream job. Okay. If you have more green ones left, wow, that's a fantastic outlook, isn't it? Then you know of even more dreams, and I promise you, all of them have ways of showing their potential to you. But you're just not thought about them right now. Maybe they too can join in different piles, or just be that beautiful fire of inspiration in their own way. I absolutely adore this practice, so I wanted to share it with you. Lonewood, absolutely. What is your question, my friend? When I try this method, I can pave the whole flat with post-its. Then do so. That's just beautiful. That means that you know even more about yourself, you know? I just think it's beautiful. You can also do this with different subjects, different topics, different areas in your life. You know, you can take maybe one issue and within that then build up, you know. It depends on how you work and what you want to do and what you feel comfortable with. Sounds great, I should give it a try, but I really need to know what's wrong with your microwave. I don't know, it just came to me. Yeah. Let me read what you're saying. Oh! How do you deal with people that should actually be out of your life and then try to force them in again? It's about a co-worker that don't stop writing me to like Instagram and stuff. This is actually really interesting. Because how I see it as, and you who've been here before have heard this many times, but I love to talk about it, so I hope you don't mind, guys. Lonewood, how I look at this is that we are all reflections of one another. There is so much to a person, as you know. I believe that we can't ever see it all. What we do see and what we do pay attention to is what we resonate with. So when someone is presenting to us an emotion of feeling uncomfortable, I should not be in contact with you. This is actually triggering you meeting a trigger that is anchored within yourself, within something that you disagree with within yourself. Otherwise, you wouldn't see this quality in the person. You resonate with it. And when this comes up to us, and when we experience this, we can choose to close that door, but when doing so, in every moment, there's so much anchored and connected to all the emotions and to each other that we don't quite, maybe even consciously are aware of. You know, when you are to study for a test, and they say that you can listen to a specific kind of music when you study, and then if you get to hear the same music when taking the test, you have an easier time remembering what it was you read. I believe that our brain always works like this. We connect our emotion, things we see, things we smell and sense into the situation where we sense them. So when you shut someone else off, you are also shutting parts of yourself off without realizing you're doing so. And it's okay. I can never tell you how to live your life. But when we meet something that creates a trigger for us, this is actually a beautiful opportunity to learn more about ourselves. So your question is how to deal with people that should actually be out of your life, and they are trying to force themselves in. What within that emotion, what is the first thing you see about this person? What is it that makes you feel stay away? Because that can actually help you open up blockages within yourself. I'm not saying that you have to invite them in, but what I am saying is that when you make the decision to have them not be part of your life, they should still be part of your life with the role of not taking part. It's about creating relationships. So it is to understand that they will always be a part, and that's okay. But I use my energy to take a distance to them, simply because I'm not comfortable. So how do you deal with them? Find it in yourself, the calm, to believe and dare to say that you want to be left alone, and simply don't reply to them. But also understand that this is actually a beautiful, beautiful opportunity for you to see things within yourself. So what I would suggest is to feel what is the first word that comes to me when I think about this person, and then sit down with that word and feel what that means for you within you. Not this individual, you. You don't want them to give space. You're gonna block those people, and it's actually done, but my mind still lives it. Because you have something to learn from it, if you feel you want it. And when you can create relationships to the anchors within you yourself, it's easier to meet them in other people. Because you resonate with them, you recognize them, and can say, hey, it's this emotion. Or, hey, I know who you are. And it's tough, and I don't like you, but you're here. It's the same with depression. I talk a lot about depression right now because I really am excited for this way of seeing depression as an ability to have your depression become your best friend pro-life. And I'm so into that right now, so I'm talking a lot about depression. So I am making, I see the similarities between the two, in that the depression will always be with you. But what you can do is create a relationship to it, so that when it shows up, you wake up in the morning and you're back to square one. When you know the emotions that are there with you, you can simply say, hi, it's you. Okay, I know who you are. And it's quicker to go through it than when you try to spit it out, to spit at it and shut it out. So what I would do, it would be toxic men behavior, yeah? So what in that, if you put that down, toxic, and if you meet that word, it's about creating an understanding for yourself within why you react the way you do. And you have all the rights to, and you are valid. I'm not reading your energy now. I'm simply saying this in a general sense. But when we feel we have people we need to shut out of our lives, that prevents or that opens up for a beautiful, wonderful opportunity to meet ourselves. And what I do with what I work with, I hope to take away, or not take away, but heal taboos, and in that triggers. And I say this always, always, always. Life is happening right now and I can't tell you how to live it because you already are living it. And it's up to you. But it's absolutely beautiful and it warms my heart if we can have a life where we feel less and less stress in being triggered by things we don't quite understand why they trigger us. So when the opportunities arise, I love if we're in the mindset where we can meet it. And I would love to help you with this. I would love to go up in your frequency and maybe work a little right now as well. But I think you can do so within yourself because you are well aware what it is that you're hiding from yourself in past experiences. And they're hurtful, yes. And I'm not saying, hey, you shouldn't feel this way. It's nothing. That's not what I'm saying. You're absolutely valid in feeling the way you do. But this is about continuing forwards in your life. So about creating that relationship to that feeling. From Germany to Germany. Why did you know I'm from Germany? Yeah, telepaths here. It's actually quite fascinating how I meet telepaths. Because I do. I met a couple that come out, as telepaths. And I just go, it's beautiful. No, please, I don't want that gift. Yeah. Gift or a curse, whatever it is, it's life. So I can definitely go in very, very briefly up in your energy, but I think you wanted a general answer. So this is how I would say we deal with people that are uncomfortable to us. We find a way to create a relationship to them. Thank you. Can you hear me talk about what I talk right now? And know that I'm always here if you want to work together. You can always find me. And as I said to Zach before, Discord is the easiest way and you can always get in touch with me there. But with this, I feel it's important for you to do things, to feel you can do things on your own as well. But don't ever feel it's wrong to ask for help. And you just did, in a way. So I'm proud of you. You've come a long way. And I'm not getting into a reading, but it is absolutely understanding. It makes sense why you feel the way you do. And we just seem to attract similar people to who we're used to. But we also see those parts of them. And creating triggers for ourselves, which in return reflects back to creating triggers for them. And that's why we sometimes can't stand each other, because we get too close to our own emotions that we don't want to meet. A bubble for this new person? For Lonewood? I've seen you before, my friend. Lonewood. Is it for Lonewood, Paga? Speaking of attracting similar people, I just recently made friends with a person who has some similarities in his life. Okay, a bubble. Let me pour you some water. I think I need to take a quick little break to just get myself some water as well after this bubble, because it is sweaty in here. This is beautiful music. Can you hear it, guys? Like, it's so beautiful. We spoke about closure, and we spoke about the difference between opening a door and to have closure, and how it really can be the same. This one wants to work a lot today. So, this bubble is just about that. You are valid in how you feel and how you don't want you don't want history to be repeating itself. And so this bubble for you is to appreciate you standing up for yourself and that love you have for yourself, and daring go one step further and getting closure by opening that door into him. Simply, you started to become humble towards yourself. And first, that may feel like we are valid and we're right and haven't been hurt, and we are. But the next step then is to dare to also open up and to see what we can learn from those who hurt us. And learn, it's not about adding something to you, it's about bringing out something that you already have inside. So this bubble today is all about that. It's about daring to open that door and finding closure. And within this bubble, I'm putting in light, a candle today for you, Linwood. Okay. Beautiful. And finding your frequency. There you are. And the bubble coming through. And it is received. Because even the child in you who went, ah, hello, it's beautiful. Thank you, my friend, for letting me give you that. And thank you, Paga. I had to become accustomed to this sort of music first, since I've heard so much pagan metal lately. But it is beautiful. This music we use is because it's part of what the epidemic sound can provide to us in our subscription. So it's not it's copyright free material that we are subscribers to. That's why. Appreciate your faults in the bow. I guess I have to deal with that someday when I feel more receptive to it. This was for Lonewood, but it's beautiful that you react to it, source code, because I think you do want this in a way as well. But I hope that the bubble reached you, Lonewood, as well, because it is really bringing that childhood into daring meet. Yeah. Opening that door to have closure. It's okay, source code. It happens. Sometimes we can even feel energy as if it was for us. And energy is just electricity, and we see and we feel what we resonate with. And that I find to just be beautiful, you know? Luna, I am thinking of having a short break to go refill my cup of water, because the water is pouring out of my pores. you might be right. That part of me wanted that too, but still some things are meant to let go. Yeah. And it's understandable, and it's okay to be just observing, you know. So, Luna, if you have time to stick around, have you thought of what you want today in your transference? And then I will do your transference after the very quick break, if that feels okay. If that sounds like a good plan. So beautiful having you here. Grab me some tea. Good. You can think of what you want, and then I'll come back in just a couple of minutes. I'm just gonna breathe some fresh air and refill my cup, and I will be right back. I will increase the volume of the music, and we'll leave you with this beautiful room and energy. And I see you very, very soon. Okay, see. I just wanted to do that. I'll be right back. Bye, guys. This works. Hang on. Hello, guys. Now it's almost possible to head outside, at least. Is that every temperature over 25? Yeah, it's over 30 here, I think. Fabian! I completely forgot. What did you say about the dreams, guys? Because it was beautiful. You're talking about the snakes not being threats? This is really, really, really interesting. How are the snakes suggest an infestation? One snake could be ignored or swept under a rug, but it is talking about something that is much larger. I feel it's pointing to the fate that there is something large still looming in the foundation, however unresolved and perhaps even unrecognized as a threat, since you were unable to express how snakes make you feel. You used phrases that seemed indifferent. It didn't seem like a threat back in the dream, more like a nuisance. It's interesting how you and Sarah seem to suggest such unresolved things. I would say from my point of view, if there's any unresolved things, they'll be on Sarah's side, but perhaps it's something else altogether that I just can't think of. In the dream, you were not focused on the snakes were a problem, but why they were there. Not really focused on a solution, but rather the why. Aha, yes. Sarah on the other hand was attempting to take care of things, getting a bit hurt in the process by taking her time but handling a snake at a time. That's really interesting. You were fine to just witness it with curiosity. So it has definitely to do with you feeling source code that it could be also that you believe that I have some issues left. And that you don't quite, I still feel it's about how you don't quite know where we are. And I feel that to come from both of us, from both sides. I love this with the microwave. I don't know why that came to me. Given that Sarah said in a dream before the snakes threw a phone or telepathically about the past, one way to view the snakes would be don't bring that up again. They beat her, not me. That's interesting, and she brought it up. But me in your dream is you. So you are everyone that you are dreaming of. Everyone that is in your dream is a reflection of you, which is how it's actually a really good metaphor to describe how I see the world in general, that we're reflecting each other, and that we see in others what we resonate with within ourselves. So it's quite interesting. Clarity will come with time. If you were not distraught in this dream, you will have worries and moments. Like I said, you're simply observing. You will know if clarity comes. It's time to do your own clearing. For now, you're okay just observing. And no one is overwhelmed with real pressure, so you're exactly where you need to be. Beautiful. Beautiful. I love this. One snake has to mean nothing, but a lot of snakes indicate that you're inside of Indiana. Just maybe you're flying with a very strange plane. And I guess one way to view it from my point of view is the snakes telling no, don't bring that up, we've been through it and it feels like this bite. So then that is you not having actually resolved the issue, since you were afraid of the bite to be made. No matter who it bites, you're still cautious about the bite. And that, I think, is actually your opinions when it comes to my opinions. It's interesting. The people in your dreams are often, if not always, you. And that's also how I see reality. Although, of course, we bear responsibility for what we do. We can't say that I am you. That's not how it works. But at the same time, what we do see and what we tend to observe in others are parts of ourselves. Yeah. Obviously, it's all in my head. Yeah. But, you know, electricity and energy and frequencies. I'm sorry to have jumped straight into this, but I just remembered when I was filling my cup up that, right, the dream! I don't mind either. So Luna, my friend, it's so beautiful the observations you do, and it's so interesting with the dreams. But what are you thinking for your transference today? What would you like? What would you like today? What are you looking for? Because there's loads of information coming through. All of life is in our head, yeah, it's true. It's our experience. And no one can see it through our eyes but us. Even as a telepath, the information still travels through our understanding and conscious. Oh, one thing I did want to mention, actually to you, Source Code, that I thought was really interesting, was something that came up last stream, and it's about logic, and how I believe logic is something that we can understand, that makes sense to us, but that should then be everything that we have some understanding of, which should be everything that we can think of. So everything in that respect is logical. It's quite interesting. Stream is starting to act up, but you could still hear it. Yeah. Looking for guidance to fine-tune my own energy. Yeah. And we're talking about your own energy here. Let's see. Because your guides is not making it easy for you, are they? This door that you've opened with moving, everything is open, wide open at all directions. And you're sat in the middle just feeling the wind coming in from all the doors that are opened around you. And I realize, or I can understand why you are, because of this, so very much and everywhere at the same time. You also know that what we spoke about before is affecting you, but it's also all these new possibilities, Luna. And you remember when we first met, we spoke about Itchy. They said you were gonna join today. Can you please stick around till after this transference, because I want to talk to you. Itchy, hi. Yeah. There's so much activity, yes. So when we met, we spoke about how you would send out lanterns or send out beams or radio waves, wanting someone to hear them, wanting someone to connect to you and understand you, searchlights. And now, because everything is so new, you are more and more starting to understand. You're digging deeper and deeper, realizing that there is options. I have options in every part of my life. And because this way of sending out these searchlights, it's such a great part of you, you have just spread them all over. But they are no longer searching for someone to connect to. Now they're searching for a path for you. So you have your tentacles, I feel that's not the first time you heard that, spread out all over. And you're so excited because you see all your opportunities. And before, this would have you retract even more. But now, because you're moving past that blockage, beautiful work you've done also with what we spoke with last about the barrier. It's beautiful the way you started to come closer to it and examine it a little. I love that. But because the barrier, the big barrier that allowed you to be within your own space and within your own insecurance, you also were safe, that you knew you only had one option or one path you could follow. And now when everything is open, you are open. So what can you do? It's not no. So what can you do? You know, when everything is open around you, what is the only thing you can do, Luna? Sit back. Find that room within you. Yeah, but you can't, you're doing so much work on every aspect that nothing gets done. So what you have to do is listen to your inner voice. Because what is showing you your opportunities are all those dreams and hopes of getting out that you had before. All those searchlights, those dreams that you actually never quite thought you would be able to achieve. And when we think we will never be able to do it, we can put into it anything. And now, when you're no longer in this box, now when the world is asking you, so how about all this that you were thinking about doing? All this that you were safely imagining inside of your bubble. What about them now? So it's your rational mind working its way to hear all that you placed in your heart, or somewhere between your heart and mind, believing that if I put them here, they can provide hope, and they can also provide grief, so that I have a reason to continue hurting myself. I'm sorry to say so, but you know this is also part of it. And so now, when you have no reason to do either, these are coming up. You promised us. You said we had the space. Would you resonate with this? So what it's all about is to go back, hear things out, let them sing, but then sit down, go into the home inside of you and listen to the voice that is Luna today, with all the experience that you've gathered along the way, who you are today. Right here, right now. Listen to all those echoes from before and let them bring you inspiration and hope. And listen to them. But let them be with when you sit down and feel, what is it I want now? Because I understand you feel a responsibility towards the echoes. So meet them, greet them. Let come together with them and feel, where am I today? You know your heart so well that you know the feeling you're looking for when it just makes sense. So give each echo, I'm calling them echoes now, give each echo its own time its own appreciation and love. And thank them. Do this that we always talk about. Meet, greet, thank, and let go being just what it is. And I promise you that in that moment when you created a relationship to your echoes, each and every one of them will find their own path or their own place into the journey you see in front of you. Just listen to you. It will make sense. They will show their other sides and they will come together to form one. And it's okay that this will shape and change, and it's liquid in that way over time. But this persistence and direction you have, you know where you're going, or you know that you will do the work, as you said. You just don't know which echo to listen to. So listen to all of them and then listen to you, here and now, the person you become, who you are. And take all of that was and all that could have been and bring all of it to walk beside you here and now in the direction that makes sense to you, that will land in your stomach. I know you know what I'm talking about. Not what that is, but I know you know the feeling that you're looking for. So meditate. You could even do the pond if you want to, where we meet them one by one. Do however you feel you want to do it, but give each echo its own space. The echo of a dream, its own space. To meet it, to greet it, to thank it, and to let it go. And then come back to the home inside and just breathe. Open your eyes and know your destination. Simple as that. I'm gonna sneeze. There's so much coming up. Yeah. Because you are so aware, you're so self-aware, Luna. You know this is what I'm gonna do. You know that force, you know that power. And you also know that you're not of the risk of walking over people. Because you were so afraid of taking up too much space. Now you're in a different mindset and it's absolutely beautiful to see. So yeah. Let me see if there's any specifics coming through. There is. There is another part of this, Luna. The things you felt were missing before in your partnership. Meet them too, one by one. You could even do this exercise with a sticky nose if you feel like it, but in your way, in your form. I would actually sit down with pebbles or runes or pebbles, or small stones or small objects, and I would take one pebble up and I would look at it. This is a marble, and I would look at it and I would let it represent one thing that I felt was lacking where I was before. And I put it in front of me and I meet that. And I take the time to truly dare to meet it. And to go through it with meeting it, with greeting it, with thanking it. And with putting my hand above it and letting it go. And when you put your hand around it, you can also feel where in your body is that cluster collected. And if you feel somewhere here is a cluster, you can move your energy there and meet that and greet that. To thank it and to feel it ease off. It will take time, but it's worth it. One by one. So both of them, what did you feel was lacking? And who were those echoes, those dreams? You notice my mind still connects to my old relationships. Yeah, they're always going to be with you. What you need to do is to work even more on realizing you're not selfish in feeling you could have had more. And you come so far in this, so I want you to know that we can see that. But if you feel it resonates in one way for you, it could even be on a painting. You could have one color, make a stroke with a brush, and have that represent one thing that you felt you were lacking, or one echo. And then you can take another one and make another stroke. And when you feel it resonating somewhere in your body, you can move in. Let this take time to get the theme of today, closure. Try it. They're talking about leaving the people behind and being alone with your own echoes. And when you feel you found yourself in a safer space within you, because now the focus is move on forward to this full Luna, but also know that it's never too late to reconcile. And I know you hate it now. They just wanted to bring that with. Emma, perfect moment to join. Hi, my friend. Thank you, Luna. It's what we have today. Thank you. Try it and see what happens. And focus on hearing you. Give yourself that chance. Sorry. Put me on the spot. It was about moving for your own self, having that power to move, to find your direction. But then also remember that it's never too late to reconcile with the people that you feel you've hurt or been hurt by. It's Emma the Troll. Yeah. How are you today, Emma? It's beautiful seeing you. How are you doing? We are having the topic of the stream is closure. I'd even forgotten that word, so I asked chat. But it's closure. And how we talk about thank you, Luna, and thank you for being you. Oh, a figurine. You need a little figurine. Yes. Hang on, let me just check something. Let me just check. Why can't I find... about, you know, talking about missing words. What are these called? The horse's babies. Why can't I remember that? And I was looking it up, but because it's so close to the word for something being wrong, it translated wrong instead from Swedish. Is it foal? Is it really? Right. Why have I never heard that word? Well, a foal. Is it really called that? It's so close to Swedish. I love this. So, a foal, Luna. Let yourself just, you know when they are so happy that they can use their own legs and they just sprint around and it's the most beautiful thing to witness. Let yourself be that and meet everything that you have in your own legs with all the echoes, and then lie down and breathe. But I love this. A calf would be for a cow, or is it called that for a horse as well? A baby horse. Yeah. Fawn. Is it fawn? I thought it was a simple word that I simply couldn't remember. Fawn seems to be a Bambi. So a foal. Yeah. Itchy. Itchy, I was thinking about you today and they said that you were going to join during the stream, so I'm excited to see you because I had said to you that we were going to come together with the bubblegums. How do you feel about that? Are you still interested in doing so? Because I need to completely reshape and reform the idea of bubblegums. I have this plan that I love. I just have to understand how to make it into reality. And so we still meet up once a month. So there are still people, although they will probably be fewer than what would be normally, so to speak. But if you're still up to come and just talk to a group of people, there are still a couple of them who could show up. But just so you know, there might be just 4 of us. 5 with you. It depends on when people can, you know, when they are available. 100% foal. Okay. Foal is an egg up to 1 year old. This term is used mainly for horses. Love that. So if you're still interested, I would love for you to come in and have a little chat. Beautiful. I will get back to you then. I will talk to the peeps involved and I will get back to you. How are you? So long no see. I'm so thrilled seeing you. It warms my heart. Let's see. I see we have a Swedish request. And we have a figurine pull from David. I'm sorry I missed that, David. Are you still here, my friend? Absolutely itchy. Are you still here, David? Let's see. Bubbles of joy in Swedish is köttbullar. Those would be meatballs. This, David. It's about knowledge today. And it's about this little doggy having a... I can't find any words today, but you know, a parchment rolled up with knowledge. And he's so proud of it. In his neck here, on his neck. He's wearing this knowledge that he's taking part of. And he's so proud of it. What the message is today is don't forget the knowledge that exists within you. This puppy has so much more wisdom and knowledge than what he's so proud of in this parchment. In this that he's taken part in to learn. Also remember the knowledge and wisdom in you from your own experiences. It's as valid. It's a very small little message, but it is what comes through today. Because we can be so focused on what other people learn or teach us and what we can learn from others. And it's okay to feel proud of it. Definitely. But also, don't ever forget the knowledge in you. And the wisdom of simply being you. No one is so wise as David. Remember that. I know it's obvious, but it's also quite easy to forget sometimes. Let's put him here. That's what comes through today. A scroll, yes, thank you. Blip, you're amazing. You hand me every word today. I appreciate you. Yeah. Knowledge gained through living experiences. Yeah. And just being you. That is the message today. So have you heard from them? Because I think things are in movement, David. I think he's really cute as well. It was the first time he came up on stream today. You're still waiting, are you? Remember the knowledge in you and the wisdom of being you. And let what comes from around you be an inspiration to you. I love seeing Emma in chat. A hellhound? Yeah, maybe. But he's gone through a lot. And he's still happy and very proud. Paga, you were asking me to say something that I've been thinking about myself, because I think 75%, or even more actually, of our work today, or the sessions I have and the work that I do, is conducted in English, although it might not sound like it. But it is true. So the few times I have Swedish clients and I am to explain what we do, if I have clients or if I am to explain to someone what it is we do, and I come up to these words that I've gotten so used to in English, you know, the bubbles of joy and the energetic threads and all of these, and then I'm to explain them in Swedish. And I even had last week, no, it was this Monday actually, I had a Swedish client who came to the office, and I was to give them a guided meditation. And it is a meditation that I've done only in English. So it was really interesting to right then and there try to translate and make sense into it for myself and for my client. But it was good. That is really interesting. Yeah. So, bubbles of joy, I would say lyckobubblor. Lyckobubblor. Or if you want a direct translation, it would be bubblor av lycka. Bubblor av lycka. But I would say lyckobubblor. Okay? And if you want the entire sentence, that would be: hur skulle du säga lyckobubblor på svenska? Hur skulle du säga lyckobubblor på svenska? Thank you, my friend. Joy bubbles, yeah. It's not köttbullar! If your meatballs are bubbles, maybe there's not too much meat in them. Lycko. Lyckobubblor. Eller lycka, which is joy. The way you pronounce it is exactly the same. Oh, really? But this is with an I. Lycka is with an Y. Meatless meatballs, yeah. Itchy, I saw that you have a thunderstorm rolling in. Do you feel you wanna wait with your transference, or shall we try and see for how long you can stay? How do you feel? We can try. What are you looking for today? Just be safe, promise me. One time we had a stream rolling and thunderstorm coming in, and I had to leave the stream because we need to stay safe. But then I opened it up again a couple of minutes later because it was very, very fast passing, and everyone was a bit confused. Yeah. Liko, yeah. What would you like today, Ichi? Would you like a reading, a healing, general, or specific? What do you feel like, my friend? A general reading? Yeah. Long time no see. Will be interesting. It's always interesting, but you know what I mean. And tell me, just type a 2 dots in chat if you need to go. It's absolutely doable. There are some cat here in the water, but that's just beautiful. One of the perks of working from home, and I love it. Huh. Source code. I think you need to type some Swedish in chat. I think people are getting confused. I want to talk about relationships today, Itchy. Because they're talking about some relationships brewing, actually. don't be afraid to not be alone. Because they're talking about how you are so focused on your own mindset because you've had to, right? And now they're talking about someone wanting to share that with you. They really are. They're talking about a relationship brewing. And they're talking about how they want you to know that you don't have to be afraid in sharing who you are. They're saying this is not a new thing, but we need to bring attention to it, if that makes any sense to you. Because they're talking about you're worth being happy. Ain't gonna be single no more. No, but honestly, Itchy, they're talking about this, and they're talking about how you need to know that it's okay to be quirky. It's okay to be the way you are. It feels almost like you are afraid of letting people come too close, and that for a reason. But it's also because you don't quite want to share your mind space, because you think that you think in a way that wouldn't really make sense to other people. But it's also this, that you feel it wouldn't be right to other people to want to change that, because it feels like the risk would be for them to come in and want to change how you think, and you're so proud and accepted how you are, and you have so much appreciation for yourself. At the same time, you're self-conscious because you feel that someone could affect how you look at how you think. It's very contradictory, but it also makes sense to me. And it just feels like you have come to have such a close relationship to your own mind space, to your own understanding of the world. And your dog's really helping you come out of that and open up to the world, but you're still so very, very proud and very protective of your own thinking, of how you perceive the world. And what they're saying is that it's time for you to put down the guard somewhat, because you are safe. Does this make any sense to you, Itchy? I can completely understand this when time and time again you've had to have other people essentially control what you think, not how you think, but what you think, and what to do, and how to handle emotion in a fight and flight survival mode. And it's been a way for you to survive, literally, and to help others survive as well. And then you come home and people are attacking you in a different sense. People are blocking you out, and all this that you spoke about with us before. But now it's quiet, Itchy. You're safe. So it's time to start that process of letting the guards down. Not to show your vulnerability, but to let people meet you. And it might sound the same with every reading I do, but this is what I stand for. It's about daring to be you. Not that you have to feel you have to share everything that is you, but that you could if you wanted. The same way the thunderstorm is rolling over you, the same way you are still afraid of people controlling you, of affecting you. The one thing you've always kept is the how you're thinking, is the way of thinking. You've always kept, because you can't do nothing else, but it's so important to you in your identity. It's how you hold on to you. And now they're saying it's time to from starting within, dare to just find the confidence in realizing you're safe to be you. Yeah. But also, you don't want people in, you don't want them to change you, or you don't want them to affect you. But now when you have this stability inside of you, you built your own backbone up, it's time to actually realize that you are safe. It's time, Itchy, to unlock the door. Maybe not open them wide open, but let people who want you well knock on it. You can start by talking, over with the door between you, and then maybe you can look through the mailbox or the letter thingy. Thank you so much, my twin came through. The letter thingy, yeah. And, talk through there. Or, and there was a mailbox I said, but it felt like, the little thing through the door. And then maybe open the window, and then slowly you can open the door. But it's about not hiding, because you've hidden. You rather not open your mouth, you rather not take that space where people can see you, where they can intervene with your thoughts, if that makes any sense. It's time. You're safe. They're also talking a lot about crosswords here. And I'm thinking maybe that is to do with, maybe you can do crosswords with other people. But it's really about taking that function, that brain activity from up in your brain, to also do something interactive with it that can also have you feel the world around you. They are talking to me as crosswords being a way to mindfulness in your case. Maybe because talking about or thinking about the words that you have to put down, you're actually having a reason to look around you. Because even when you're with your dog, you focus so much on being there rather than where you are. Or being in the moment rather than the actual moment. That everything around you is with you. So they're actually talking about crosswords in a way to have that brain work something out, and you finding that with looking around you. Not that the word that you will to put down is, right here, but more so that it's a way of thinking, opening up. It's interesting, really, but it's what comes through. Crosswords, Itchy. And it's also a calm way to appreciate yourself and your wide knowledge, and also challenge yourself into realizing you don't have to be perfect. It's really fascinating. We spoke about Bambi before. Bambi wants to come through today. It's okay to self-reflect. And it's okay to lick your wounds. But also start to sniff your surroundings. And there be where you are. I'm gonna pick up a 500-page crossword puzzle book tomorrow. That sounds perfect. I think it's a really good way for you, an opportunity for you to calm and challenge yourself at the same time, which I think is beautiful. So, well, then I guess this reading is the confirmation of that. Hello, love bug. How are you? So that's really all. Let me see. Because they're talking about your family, but it feels like you know where you're at with that, because we spoke about it before. You want to learn from the world around you, but you want to learn of the beauty, because you've seen so much of the beauty, but you've also seen so much of where that beauty goes, where it ends. And you want to learn about what's on the other side of that door. And I'm not talking about heaven, I'm talking about heaven on earth, in that it's a cycle. And you want to know about life, you want to learn about coming back, spreading your wings, have a flower open its petals, birth, and the sunlight. So it might sound trivial, but I think crosswords can help you do this. And also knowing it's time. Like I said, she's moving, not me. She can bring the maple syrup, but I'm keeping my guns, Marika. Gonna be a daddy? I'm not sure. It's more about the birth of, well, maybe, but that is in the future. It's more about the gentleness of letting the world bloom again, you know? Calming down and seeing the beauty of everything. It's a very gentle reading today, and very general. But it's just this little push. This little snudge. Or a snuggle, maybe. Come on, no? It's gonna be good. That's what I have for you today, Itchy. It's time. Let your guard down. And be safe. I appreciate it. I appreciate you. I wish there was more I could say, but this was all that was needed today. So thank you. I'm just so happy seeing you again, because I had a little bit, I was a little bit worried in how we were gonna do it, because I remembered I've said about this with talking to you in a group of people, and then they told me that you would show up, so I'm so thrilled you did. Those are so cute. Lovebug, I saw you wrote something. I'm well. I'm glad to hear that you're well too. It's still hot. Cooking didn't really help with the temperature, no. Yeah. So, crisp bacons or liliac? Are any one of you here? Because you are pending. Otherwise, let me just check. It doesn't look like it. Well, guys, it's time for me to go and have late dinner and start our weekend. This weekend, we're gonna shoot some photographs. We're gonna have a photo shoot because we are making our websites, both our local and national and our international, and so we want to buy info too. We want to, show off how it looks with our different services so that people can get a better understanding for it. Lovebug, thank you so much for following. Welcome to our little corner, my friend. Your energy is an energy I recognize. It's beautiful seeing you here. Welcome. So we're gonna take some photographs to put up on our website so that, well, you can see what is the difference between a healing and a meridian healing. What does it really entail? So with photographs, we hope to be able to capture it. That's what we're gonna do this weekend, and I'm really looking forward to it. Yes, I should! Or shot! Yeah. Yeah. May I get a read before you get off stream? You can get a very short one. You could get a figurine message if you would like, Lovebug. I truly resonate, or I recognize your energy. You can have a very short one, and then I hope to be streaming on Tuesday. I have a slot on Tuesdays if I'm not otherwise booked. Otherwise, this slot on Fridays, this is our fixed streaming slot. I will be here. If nothing unexpected happens. So you can always come back next week if you feel like it. But we can do a very quick one. It's a figurine that is very often here, actually. Or it's here all the time, but appears on stream. It's the elephants. It's a very short reading today, Lovebug, but don't be afraid. When we're throwing ourselves out into learning new things, and we can be so afraid of not having enough previous knowledge, and we feel, can I really do this? Do I really know what it is I am getting myself into? Who am I in all this? And for you to be thinking of taking this step, if you resonate with it, could be another energy coming through, but having been so hurt and pressured, so you almost feel like imploding within, and wanting to just know it's my turn. I want my voice to be heard. I've been under so much emotional and physical pressure. I want me to be heard. We see this that you've gone through, and now, when letting that voice be heard, you can be a little timid and can I really do this? Do I have enough prior knowledge, as I said? Yes. It's not about what you know from before, it's about who you are. Remember the reading we had with David? I don't know I think you joined in that reading actually, during that reading. It's about the knowledge of you. So you see, the elephant never forgets. This that you found within yourself to turn all this hurt into a positive force forwards. It's all you need. You've done this. You've done this. So you open yourself up. You've forgiven yourself. And when we forgive ourselves, we open up to inspiration from external sources. If we feel safe in ourselves, and I'm not saying that you love yourself, I'm not saying that you're not afraid, I'm not saying that, because it's being alive. But what you have gone through, and by yourself finding that switch to open that door and just say, I want this voice now to be heard. That experience and the experience of being you is the only preparation you need. For now you can open yourself up to be inspired by other sources. I would encourage you actually to sit down. We're talking a little bit about grounding and meditation here, but not to scare you off. But I would encourage you to try and find that home within. And it's gonna be scary at first. But everything that you've met, those monsters inside that you see as, you know what I'm talking about, you already met them and you already worked with them. And I would like you to just find that home within. And so when you feel this pressure is building up again, and you are putting pressure on yourself, because everything you've been through will always be with you. But it's about creating relationships to them. Love bug, I would love to be here for you to find this home and to work with meeting these demons, what they actually are, and anchored with yourself. You can do this by your own, but my guides are actually asking you or asking me to be here for you. So if you feel it right, I would love to. And we can do it during streams, little by little. We can do it just you and I. But I would encourage you I would love for you to be here on stream, and we can do it little by little during meditations, general meditations. Because I feel that you might be a bit young. But if you feel like it, I would love to work with you. But trust me, all the things that you've done with coming through, everything that you've gone through, you're 29, okay? All that you have gone through is all the experience you need to get yourself out there. But you're 29, so would you like to start a process with me? I would love to work with, because it's the child that is coming to me, and who is the person that is afraid. So if you would love to start a process with me, or would just love to, or like to be part of these streams, you're more than welcome to. But I would love to help you find that home within. You're always gonna do no matter, because you've done the work. You've done amazing things so far. But if you would like to, I would love for you to contact me. and we can sit down, just you and I. But that's if you feel like it. Join our Discord and you can get in touch with me there. Or just come to these streams. It's how you feel. But the work you've done already, so beautiful. So what more experience can you ask for? An elephant never forgets. But boy, have you found a way to forgive. Now it's just that anxiety that we need to work with, or that you can meet. Yeah, beautiful. I love your energy too. It's interesting you say that you're 29 because they spoke about in between 19 and 29. And the reason for this was because it was a child coming through due to everything that has been going on before, and the voice of that child in those dreams wanting to come out. So it's quite interesting. I do not work usually with gender or with age or with names or appearance. I simply work with situations. But it's quite interesting. That's when your psychic gift started up and up. Yeah. Well, it could be because of your name now, I see as well. But they spoke in about 19 and 29. That 10-year period. And so when you said that you are 29, so it's quite interesting. But it's beautiful. So thank you for being here. And do you need more experience? The one experience you have with simply being you. It's beautiful. And the way you have found to forgive, trust that, okay? And I'm sorry I missed this. I apologize. You joined the queue just when I started the reading. So I will be back on Tuesday, if I'm not otherwise booked, or next Friday. So it's beautiful seeing you here, my friend. I appreciate you. Go out, go get them. And when anxiety comes in, try and find that home within. Okay? It's beautiful. I hope that's okay. Thank you for letting me give you that. So, guys, it's been an absolutely beautiful stream today. I hope you will have a beautiful weekend. And this that happened now with, when it comes to, I've spoken before about this, how you always want to be 100% accurate. No. And you always have choices. For me, it's that way. Information comes, it's this or this. But if you go this way that you feel does not quite resonate, you can unlock other doors. And there are videos out there. We keep all. You can find them in our YouTube library. We keep them transparent and open. And there are videos where I really fought for proving abilities. And then now I realized, because before I needed to be able to find names and ages and genders and sexualities, otherwise what did I have? And then I realized, well, I work the way I work. And it's simply about situations, emotions, and it works fantastically for me. And it's absolutely beautiful and I enjoy it so much. So that's also a way to forgive yourself. Today has been a stream about... And I forgot the word again. Closure. And it has been beautiful. For you... Oh, hello. Shakti Bhakti. How are you? Turns out the problem is not being able to concentrate as well and communicate directly with people. The message went straight through when I watched the reading from the VOD. Okay. It's beautiful seeing you return, and it's beautiful seeing that it made some sense, and I hope you saw the love through it. Love it that we could end on this. This was closure. For you who are new, if you feel like getting in contact with me or being part of this beautiful community, you can also join us on Discord. And I will be streaming Tuesdays at 3 p.m. CEST if I'm not otherwise booked. So we have a little schedule. Next stream, it's called. You can find the link down below, where I will update the schedule each Monday night for me, so you know if I will be there on Tuesday morning. This Tuesday though, Tuesday morning EST I'm talking about. This Tuesday though, there was a little mishap and I apologize for that. I have two offices, so I work from home in my home office, and I work from my office or in my office or our office down in the city. And this camera, this little one right here, hello, joins me, traveling back and forth. And on Monday, I had a client on call in my office in the city. And so I had my camera with me. And then we were so tired when we got home. And so we forgot the bag in the back seat of the car, because we had done some grocery shopping as well. So everything was to get, into the house, and I completely forgot about my bag. And then my fiance went up Tuesday morning and took the car and drove to work. And there was my camera. So when such things happen, I let you know on Discord what is going on. And that is why it's easier to follow us when you're on Discord. So if you feel like it, you're more than welcome to. And as I said, it will say that it is a not safe for work channel, and that is Discord's way of saying it's for adult audiences. And the reason for this is simply because we are still developing the practice, and we want to know more before we introduce it also to younger people. It's a recommended age of 18 and over, but we have people who are younger, but it's recommended. For me, having private processes with me, I mostly work with people around the age of 30, but I work with all adults, so 18 and over. And if you're younger than 18, I can still be there as a friend, as with some inspiration sometime. But this is how I work. It's what we do, and we do intuitive counseling and healing. And on Fridays at 6 p.m. CEST, noon EST, I'm here. So yeah. Where is the guy who's with you sometimes? Do you mean my fiance or my twin? Because my fiance is downstairs maintaining the stream and waiting for me to end so we can have some dinner. If that is who you are referring to. You missed. Beautiful seeing you, by the way. So, thank you so much for... And my twin I'm no contact with at the moment. So, thank you so much for being here, all of you. Do we have anyone that we feel we want to raid? You can put that in chat and I will hand us over there. I love meeting new people this way, although I can't stick around, but I love having them in my follow list. So if you have anyone you would like to raid, please let me know, and I will send you over there. After the... I forget totally, but after the credits, of course. Thank you so much for today. Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend, and I see you very soon. Take care, and thank you for being you. See you soon. Bye. Hugs and bubbles, as we say. Take care.